Just won't work you out. I am ready for your action. Just won't work you out. You should cut off all distraction. It's all on you now.
Hello, it's another interesting episode of Inside Out, and this week we have a Nigerian issue. I'm not sure whether it happens anywhere else, so I'm going to stick to Nigeria that I know about. We're going to be talking about tenancy issues today. Now, if you live in Nigeria, I'm not just going to restrict it to Lagos. One of the biggest problems people have is accommodation, finding somewhere to live. In Lagos, a lot of people have complained about issues to do with landlords wanting specific things, being unreasonable, asking, they don't want a single person, they want a married person, they don't want an Igbo person, they want a Yoruba person.
Okay, yes, you're welcome back. Now, I've hosted Rubbing Minds, I should be 5 years in January of 2018, and for every single day that I've hosted this show, while preparing for this show, I watch Inside Out with Agatha, and that's because it's a lead-on to Rubbing Minds, and it's not been on for 5 years, it's been on for 20 years, so let's be clear on that. And I have here with me none other than the legend herself, Agatha Amata. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me. It feels very odd to be on this side.
So this side of things.
Yes.
And Sandra, we'll tell you why she's here, with us as well. Sandra is here. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
You're the longest running talk show, independent talk show, period.
Talk show, period.
Longest running show, probably.
Yeah, in Nigeria.
TV show, even. Probably with series and anything.
Yeah.
How were you able to do it? Because, we've seen all of these shows come and go over the years. And even outside of Nigeria, we know how hard it is to sustain anything on TV. It must have been a crazy ride, hasn't it?
I open my mouth and I can't speak. But I have to just thank God, because I remember when I started as a young 28-year-old then, we were using University of Lagos, the lecture
Which was where
theater.
when I came on the show in 2006.
I said I was going to bring that photograph. I don't know why I didn't.
I'm glad you did it.
With you. You were actually carrying my daughter, who, by the way, right now is in uni.
Wow.
And she's 19? Yes, she's 19 now. And you had her on your lap because she just loved you, and she just ran and came to sit down with you. I think she was about 7 or 8. I can't remember how old at the time. Yeah, so coming from that, we've gone from Unilag to Institute of Medical Research to getting a small studio of our own to where we are today.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy. It wasn't easy. But I always say to people, when you love what you do, you will stick with it no matter. I didn't have a plan B.
Yeah.
I wake up wanting to do this. So as difficult as it was, when we started then, I used to stand for I'll stand from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. And I'll do several topics just to make sure that, back to back, just to make sure that I had enough.
Yeah.
Because there was no funding, there was no advertising at the time.
So what was the motivation? Why would you be doing something that you were not making that much money from?
I wasn't making any money.
Why would you be doing that?
It's passion. When you're passionate about something, every time you...
But passion can really take you so far. At some point, you would have just probably said, you know what, why bother?
Well, there are people who earn plenty of money and one day they just get up and resign. Why is that? You need to have job satisfaction.
Yeah.
And as difficult as it was, at the end of each day, I actually felt good. There are days when I sat down on the floor and cried, and I'm like, who sent you? Look for something easier to do. There must be something easier. But I loved what I did. Giving people the opportunity to talk, people who would never have been heard, being able to express themselves, that in its own is a blessing. I knew that somewhere along the line it would pay off. I know hard work pays. I've never seen it fail yet. So I just knew it would be a matter of time.
Were there times when you were going to just switch off the lights?
Many times. And then I tried to do something else. And then I didn't have that kind of satisfaction. I actually tried an office job. It was horrible.
In between all of that?
Oh, yes.
Really?
I thought, I'm tired of doing this. I took a break for 1 year.
Okay.
But the thing is, in that 1 year, I didn't totally leave. I kept
You had
showing.
content that
Yeah, I
was
had
still on.
content that was still running, and I was just trying to figure it out. Like, what do I really want? I couldn't find anything else that gave me the kind of satisfaction that Inside Out gave me. Yeah.
Which then brings me to this question now. We now hear that it's you are you stepping down or stepping aside? Let's know.
I'm stepping down.
Why?
Not aside.
I mean, 20 years later, you're saying, you know what, I'm done with this. If you love it so much, if you've enjoyed it for this long, why then are you done with it?
First of all, you get to a point in your life where you know that it is time to move on. I think everybody should know when that time is.
Yeah.
But I also realized that Inside Out is bigger than me. The feedback I have gotten from Inside Out told me that there was a need to sustain it, even if it's not me. The kind of impact, almost everybody, I started watching you and when you start to hear that, like you, Ebuka, when you hear everybody telling you, I was watching you since I was this small, then you know that.
The person to interview me on TV.
Exactly. So, I mean, Sandra said, I was in primary school about 8 or 9. Somebody else comes. When you start to hear things like that,
maybe I should just shift.
You know, go wait to make them tell you. Not because they take more purpose. Do you understand? And you just know that if you want this thing sustained, don't wait for it to die out. You actually bow out when the ovation is still loud.
Yeah.
Or loudest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to a place where I knew it wasn't giving me the kind of, it was almost like I was sounding more like a preacher. Because all the issues that come up now, I can't really identify with. I always have my mouth like this. Like when I hear some of the things young people say now, I found out that I was losing touch with what is happening. When I started, I was younger and I was in touch with what was happening. Now I want to talk to my children's generation. And I'm sounding like a mother. I'm preaching and I'm not communicating. And if you want to bring about a change, you have to be able to communicate at that level, you know, in a way that they would understand. So I knew it was time to move on, essentially, and I just couldn't keep doing this.
The great thing is that you're not necessarily completely shutting off Inside Out.
No.
So it's continuing, which is why, yes, Sandra is here. Thanks for being here today. I mean, you did organize a search.
Yes.
We're going to go into how the search happened, but you ended up being the winner.
Yes.
So you're going to be the host of Inside Out.
Absolutely.
How did the journey happen for you, and why did you go in anyways?
When I saw the audition notification on Instagram, I thought about it. I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure if I should apply.
Sorry, see that? It says host Inside Out. That's so weird.
It's so weird.
The screen, right?
So I prayed to God and I said, I'm not sure why this has been in my mind for about 2 days. It took me 2 days to officially apply. And then I had to wait another 3 weeks to get a response. And then the final response that took me to the boot camp. And now realizing that this is now a reality show. I mean, people like you get comfortable with reality shows. It's not my thing. So I went for I didn't really like reality shows, but I figured if this is what it would take for me to show the world and to show Agatha that I really want this, then I'm really willing to put in the work there.
And how was the journey? How many of you were there when you got there, first of all?
From the boot camp,
yes,
we were about 21.
Okay.
Yes, and then 16 made it to the premiere. Out of that 16, 9 of us made it to the house.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you think you did that made you the host of Inside Out?
I'm not sure what I did. I think I was just pretty much myself, my stubborn, quiet, inquisitive,
That's a good
interesting.
quiet.
I think I was just myself. And also, I Googled her when we would get access to our phones for like 30 minutes or thereabout. And then I saw that her birthday is on November 4th, and mine happens to be on November 5th. So I said, Lord, you're speaking to me.
It's just passing on to the next day.
Yeah.
You're passing the person. Was there any point during that process where you figured, I'm going to win this? At what point did it happen?
Truth is, when I walked into the house, I said, I don't win this and finish.
Oh, okay.
But along the line, I started looking at other people. I noticed Charles.
Naturally.
I noticed Dami Lola. After I saw these guys, a lot of times I would tell myself, mostly after each presentation, like, like
maybe.
no words,
Yeah.
but you get the expression.
Yeah.
I would get scared. Then I would tell myself, you know what, I am going to win this.
Yeah.
I just had to keep telling myself that.
And you did. What was it about her that you saw? I mean, because there's always a risk when you're trying to do something like this of picking a mini you. And as much as that's not a bad thing, you also want someone who's going to be able to stand out on their own. So what were you looking out for exactly when you're doing this search?
Let me tell you, the first thing I wanted was the right value system. So when the audition notice went out, I remember when we had the press conference and somebody asked me, so what's the prize money?